Hola todos! Hola! Welcome back to another fabulous episode of Libros, Llamas y Café, where we talk about our three favorite things: Libros, Llamas y Café! We are so excited to have all of our readers back, and we wanted to kick off our show with a letter from one of our subscribers. Oh, I love our subscribers. Shout out to all of my fans. I love you. Thanks. Anyways, Tina, calm down a little bit, please. Maybe you had a little too much cafe. Never! So anyways, this letter comes from one of our readers and subscribers, everyone's favorite singing camel, Camila Camelo. Oh, Camila, how are you? ¿Cómo estás, mi amor? Camila, we are so excited to hear from you. This letter comes all the way from her homeland of Egypt. Camila writes to us today. She says, "Dear Senorita Xenia and Tina, as you know, I am the world's favorite singing camel. Yes, we know. We love all of your songs. We listen to them every day. But today, I'd really like to become one of the world's first reading camels. Yes, Camilla, I was the world's first reading llama, and everybody told me I couldn't do it, but I persevered, and here we are today. Yes, Camilla, we're so excited that you want to become the world's first reading camel. So it says here, she continues, Senorita Xenia and Tina, I am so excited to become the world's first reading camel, but it is so hard. Every single day I sit down to read, and every single day I get interrupted. I try to read, but there's always noises like Shawn Mendes singing in the background or someone flying off of the pyramids. What? That is amazing! Anyways, it is so difficult to read that I can barely finish a book. Also, the light from the hot sun in the desert is hurting my eyes so much, and there's sand getting into it. I can barely read. I don't know if I'll ever be able to become a reading camel. Oh no, Camilla, we've got you. Yes, Camilla, we totally have got you. Because you know what Camilla is doing wrong? What? Is she singing too high? No, Tina. She is not picking a smart spot to sit. A smart spot to sit? Are you saying that there are stupid spots to sit, Senorita Xenia? Well, okay, kind of. So when you're reading, it's really important that you find a good location so that you can be a great and successful reader. And so it's important that you find a good spot, because some spots will make you become less successful readers and other spots will make you become more successful. So please pay attention to the floating words above our heads to figure out some of the strategies we use when we find a spot that works for us. So, rule number 1 to find a smart spot to sit is to find a spot that works for you. Don't find a spot that works for your cousin. Don't find a spot that works for a bookworm. Don't find a spot that works for Senorita Xenia or Tina or Camilla. You need to find your spot that works for you. And maybe your spot that works for you is not next to your best friend, or maybe it's not watching all the cars go by and counting the different colors. Maybe the spot that works for you is somewhere else. Some people will have different preferences on spots that they like to sit when they read. Some people like to sit in the dark, under a blanket. Some people like to sit where it's super, super bright, maybe outside with the birds singing. But your first rule is to find a spot that works for you personally. That brings us to our second rule. How do we find out what kind of spot works for us? You want to make sure that you are using your 5 senses when you're picking a spot like this. You want to make sure that you can see well. Maybe you can see well in the light. Maybe you can see well in the dark. Maybe you can see better with glasses. Make sure that you can see. Also, maybe you can use taste to help you find a good spot to sit. I can really concentrate on my reading when I'm eating a snack. So when I read, I like to have a bag of extra toasty Cheez-Its ready to go to help me become a good reader. When I find a smart spot to sit, I like to have Sour Patch Kids. They're my favorite candy in the world. Thanks, Tina. Another thing that you want to do to find a smart spot to sit is use touch. Find somewhere that's super comfortable. Maybe somewhere super comfortable for you is sitting at a desk because it helps you concentrate well. But maybe it's a couch. Maybe it's the grass. Maybe it's a hammock. My favorite spot that's super comfortable for me is to read on my bed because I can put a bunch of pillows and blankets on there and get super cozy. Another thing, a sense that you want to use when you're finding a smart spot to sit, of course, is hearing. Do you concentrate better when you listen to music? Do you concentrate better when everything is completely silent? Do you concentrate better when people are screaming? Probably not, so maybe you should think about that. Another 5 sense, I want to go back to sight a little bit because it's also important to be sitting in a spot where you can see things that will help you concentrate. When I was in college, I used to do my homework next to a window where I could see all my friends walk by and, oh, I wonder what that person's doing, and oh, don't hit that person on your longboard, and do you think I got any work done? No, I think you got 0 work done. Exactly. So I had to find a better spot to sit next to a window where I could get tons of work done. Of course, you can use your sense of smell to find a good spot to sit as well. Maybe you can sit next to a diffuser. Maybe you like the nice smell of the outdoors. You can go outside. Using your 5 senses will help you pick out that spot that's just right for you. Also, make sure that you find a spot in concentration station. You want to make sure that you have a spot where you can fully concentrate on your book and give it your undivided attention. Tina and I are great friends, so sitting next to each other when we're reading books is not really great for concentration. But I can help you become a better reader by telling you, Sanu, read. Well, yes, I know maybe you can help keep me accountable, but at the same time, if Tina and I were reading together, we'd probably start talking about some of our favorite things, so it wouldn't be a great concentration station. Another thing that you can do when you're reading is read to someone else. Now, you could read to a friend as long as you're not distracting them and you're working together on a book. You could read to your parents or maybe a pet, or you could even read to a stuffed animal. Reading out loud is really helpful to help you become a better reader, so finding someone to read to is a perfect thing to do. Now, we're going to release you to find a smart spot to sit in your reading today and to read to yourself. And we're going to give you a fun challenge of some fun, different smart spots to sit that you should check out for yourself so you can decide what spots work for you. Adios!